Welcome to the Wilderness Podcast. Guess what? We got a special show for you tonight on this beautiful Friday. One of the last Fridays in January, I believe. No, we got one more. We got one more. Oh, yeah, we got one more Friday. So check it out. The show tonight is called The Black Church Show, as you can see in the title. So let me go ahead and let's step into the intro, and we'll be back soon. Check it out. That shit always happen for this crazy. Anyway, let's go live. That's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna kick the damn camera out too. Shit. I might want to start it off differently next time. I always give me a little slick complication. All right, let's see where we at. The camera. We're back live with the camera. Let me see here. Refresh. We got 11 out coming to territory. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can get this camera straight and get the mic straight and get on the right type of. Yeah, here we go. Let's just go ahead and do that e-meet read real quick. That's the camera, that e-meet camera. It's a refresh when it deals on the iPad. You got to refresh that thing. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's in sync with the application. So let me see if we back live on the camera. Yeah, we back live on the camera on YouTube. Yeah, thank y'all for being patient with me. I appreciate you with TikTok. Appreciate you with YouTube. Just got to make sure we make sure these applications are, they function properly. But yeah, tonight's show, the Black Church Show. Yeah, yes indeed. I've been wanting to do this show for quite some time. It's been on my mind. It's been something I've been wanting to delve into. Yeah, let me get my motherfucking hat right in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to rock that thing for right. You know what I'm saying? This some players that was in the church. You know what I'm saying? That was, they was gangsters. They still go to church and shit like that because they didn't know no other kind of way. They ain't know shit. They just know, hey, let me just go to the pastor. You know what I'm saying? No, I did some shit, and let me get him to say a prayer for me because I'm about to do some more shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing was when you got this new shit everybody talking about came along with the territory, the foreigners. It was a mask, They were actually deists. But they led from the barrel or the sword of Christianity. Everybody act like they forget what the fuck that was or something like that. But it had a major effect on the black church, and it still has a lasting effect on the black church. The problem is the seams are starting to burst, you know what I'm saying, at the black church. The reason why the seams are starting to burst because people are very accustomed to the fucking cycle. The cycle of it all. Very accustomed to the cycle. So you come here, it's damn near like being an indoctrination to the fucking boule. The black church is a boule cesspool. That's where they do all their dirt. That's where they get off. That's where they spread their message. That's when they collude and report back to who? So you got to understand, you got all these denominations. Do you not think they are interwoven? See, a long time ago, y'all didn't know that these churches were networked, even in the old South. speaking the same motherfucking sermon and message across towns, across state lines, and especially in the Chitlin circuit. So you understand how they control artists. Everything was under this illusion, as if there was no hidden hand. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand there's a hidden hand in everything, including the black church. The innocence has been taken out of the church a long time ago, especially when it became mega churches in capitalistic cosmopolitan academies for worship. You got to pay to play. So, and I mean that pay to play. So the same thing that you're selling is the same thing the music industry selling. It's the same thing that all forms of entertainment is selling. Sports, anything inside, outside, in between, especially in between. Because that's what it's all about. I can control you by making you understand how much I know about you and how much you need me because you're poor and you starve. And the thing is, you would take a person like Cora Oakland and call him a dirtbag because he say, this girl need these couple dollars. And you know what that preacher? That girl need these couple dollars, saints. Them couple dollars, them couple $100 means some shit. It means a lot to a lot of people. And people are willing to do a lot of things for a couple dollars. Doesn't make it right? No. Doesn't make it wrong? No. It's an exchange. It's just who's willing to exchange and for what, how, when, where, and when. That's all it is. It's transactional. And some people are absolutely okay with that. And I think you should be okay with that too. If you're going to be in that church body, because that cycle continues. So you got to understand, I grew up in the church. My grandmother she was a 50-year pastor. She's retired now. My auntie have taken up that torch. She's a pastor now, but they do a lot of good. You know, when it comes to imagery and when it comes to, man, sometimes you got some places and you have to commune and deal with some people that ain't never left outside of Pensacola. They don't know nothing but an intermediary. They don't know nothing but somebody that can help them. They don't know anything other than what you tell them. Some small towns, that's how I grew up. That's what some people still do. The internet nowadays have reached more people than anybody can ever run and touch. I mean, there's some people that watch my shows. They're in Bangladesh and India and places like that. I've never met them, but at least the content does reach globally. I'm appreciative of that, straight up. But to get back to the Southeast, talking about these black churches, and now that's a national catastrophe. Texas, New York, we got a whole lot of these buffoons, and they don't understand that this whole slick trick is running thin now. It's becoming a fossil. Yeah, dinosaur. Nobody wants that type of collusion. Nobody wants that type of that intermediary energy. You don't. You have to understand that was the age of Pisces. We're in the age of Aquarius, knowledge-bearing age. All the knowledge is out. You have to know how to feed on the proper knowledge in order for you to be far more connected to yourself than ever before. That's why the black church is becoming, or is, a fossil. It's over. People want real truth, and they're longer saturated with Martin Luther's lies. You know, Martin Luther even said, God would want me to tell this lie because it's a good lie. God would favor me for telling this lie because it's a lie that has to be told. That's what he said about when we talk about Martin Luther the Protestant. Protestant. So that means that goes in alignment with the Catholic Church. It goes in alignment with all of the religious order from 1492. When the Moors were kicked out of Spain, well, tricked out of Spain, more like it. You ever familiar with April Fools? Oh, that was the world's biggest joke that people celebrate to this very day. Very demeaning joke for a king. But the trick was also that the Moors were so arrogant that you couldn't even fathom, you wouldn't even think, so out of touch with how certain alignments meant misery for you, and you overlooked that because of what you thought you have done. You thought you did do everything, but at the end of the day, it was an extreme ingratitude that was growing because it was you that did it. Do you understand that? Because it was because it was the increasing needing of to dispel, discredit, and distort Moors. There were good, great kings of Moorish descent. I'm of Moorish descent as well. Did you know that? American Indians were Moors too. Aboriginals, Maroons, copper coloreds. See, the Moors had a very global presence from all of the Aboriginal tribes globally, not just in Africa. The Moors were who do you think were taught the white Vikings or the pale Vikings? They got their whole. They were even Muslim Vikings. Oh yeah, the Moors. Amarucan Moors, travelers, seafarers, good on a boat. Yeah. Why do you think that Doja, even back in them times with Doja gave his father Imhotep a boat? That's when the knowledge was being transferred. That's when pyramids started appearing in Africa. I talk in parables sometimes because I need you to understand the true presence of Mother Mu, America. The United States is 1776. The Marine Corps is 1775. I went from Maroon to Marine. So you understand who the most inherited old American Seminole Maroon that became a Marine still in his homeland. Because I don't fight for the United States, I fight for America, my people here in America. There is a fucking difference. You may not want to accept that, but that's what I keep telling you. It's two Americas, the United States, and there's America. Some people know these things. But no further ado, let's get to the next book moment. The Black Church Show is predicated on how this next book moment, we're going to really lean into that topic. Being paralyzed in the mind. When you have to equate every single triumph or failure predicated upon being disassociated with you not being accountable, you not being understanding that it wasn't the devil that did that shit, it was the devil in you. It wasn't even God that did it. It may have been the God in you if you recognize that there is God that exists in you before anything. Yes, you're stardust, so you was born with it. Nobody ever told you you was born and would instruct you to kill your mother or your fucking father or your sister or your brother. No one will instruct you to do that because you inherently know what feeds you, what gives you everything that it takes for you to even develop, survive, and to walk upright. So when you develop any way or any mindset in your adolescence, mind you, I'm gonna say again, in your adolescence to harm your parent, did your parent do something to you? Were you traumatized? Were you taken advantage of? Were you molested? Did someone that you love dearly hurt you dearly? I'm asking you these questions because you got to understand it's a lot of people develop these undesirable ways of existing and living, and they want to predicate those things upon other people. That shit is a sickness. That's something that you need to seek help for because to operate in those type of ways, you're paralyzed in your brain. That means that there's no cohesion there with life and humanity. But see, when it comes to being paralyzed in the mind, you got, I told you, a disassociation with yourself because you have an association with an outside entity. And that outside entity is yours truly, Jesus. Give it to Jesus. Why can't you do it? Give it to Jesus. He's supposed to show you the way, huh? Have you ever took time to even understand the construction and the creation and the development and invention of Jesus? Okay, well, have you ever heard of Serapis Christos with the cup on the head? He has no cartouche. He's a Greek. No cartouche. So that development started even the first ecumenical, well, not the first, but it was an ecumenical council in 325 AD when 318 bishops gathered together to give the people a Christ. And they called him Ibisu, Jesus. You know that's when that came. Ibisu, Yeshua. Those names. That's a Constantine creation. Joshua, Jesus. That was the creation of the first God or invention. But let me tell you what was before. They had been studying the text, the Gnostics text. See, there's Gnostic and there's agnostic. They have been studying what you would call the cuneiform text of the Anunnaki, rewriting the story of humanity, putting themselves on top of creation. Just mentally, never, nothing done physically ever. They just positioned themselves as the master, but never mastered. Mastering theft, deception, propaganda, those things or apparatuses you can master as well. But that doesn't mean you're the creator. You're just the master of propaganda. You're the master of delusion. You're the master of making other people do your work, positioning and propositioning yourself above. But what about when the world has the audacity to open up and say, wait, the same propositions that were given can be given to all. And let's see what you do with your opportunities. So you gotta understand, the church paralyzed you. They take your money. You have to literally buy into a pay into culture to belong, to be accepted, and to not be looked down upon because you didn't pay your tithe or your offering. And I got a record of when you didn't do it too. See, that's some crazy, wild type of, you know, that's some wild shit. That's some wild stuff. Because it's paying into an apparatus. That's all you're doing. But how about if you paid into yourself, learning and, you know, understanding how you really matter and what actually really matters to you. See, that's when you have to, renew your mind, your thoughts. When you actually sit down every day at the end of your day, you should reflect. You should really reflect and think about how how your next day is going to be. That's extremely important. It should be very valuable to you as well. Because that is one day that's going to dictate and could change your life as long as you got the right attitude. It happens. It happens every day. It happens all the time. But if you don't believe and understand and love yourself, you're going to miss that. You're going to miss those opportunities. You're going to miss those perspectives because you're paralyzed in the mind. You keep thinking that it's about you negatively. How about you think about you positively first? The negativity will fall off, but you got to stop thinking in a negative way of operating. Stop thinking that things will go wrong and they won't. Start thinking enterprise. Start thinking solution based. Start getting to the next moment so that you're not so devastated, waiting on devastation. Put yourself in a position to guard yourself from being devastated, to understand what it means if those situations do happen and what were you doing and how could it have been prevented if you were even allowed to make a difference. So if travesties happen around you or things happen, don't alarm yourself. Center yourself. Always think about the energy that you're giving out so that you can always heal that too. The bad shit that come out your mouth, all the motherfucker, all this, all. Won't you send a bounce of energy to the universe and say, my apologies for my indiscretions. I can do it. I just did it. Universe, my apologies for my indiscretions, for my perfect imperfections. I have faults. I do shit. I say shit. I'm me. I could do better. I know it. I can be a better presenter. I can be a better person. We all have to admit that to ourselves because how will you ever understand how to be it if you don't entertain it? You have to entertain being what you desire to be. You have to entertain yourself. Shit. Let's get to the next moment, all right? So I got two, they sound alike, but they're different. It's called the errors. See, the errors in the black church is tradition. The errors in the black church is being fed bad food from your boss, your master. And then you're feeding it to every corner in the Southeast or shit, every corner in America, white and black. Feeding everybody horse shit, feeding everybody the same thing, alignment that you got with them history books, feeding everybody this old. And you got to understand, Sunday is the most segregated day in America. Everybody is on their own accord, which is cool as shit in all actuality. But what if people understood humans just like we understood how? Give me a second. I'm going to show you something real quick. Check this out. Primal myths. Let me, I'm a nerd. a little bit, so I got to get into my reading discussions and things of that nature. Um, when Anu had created the heavens, this is the page I want to get on. It's called Near Eastern Myths. When Anu had created the heavens, the Babylonian myth formed part of the incarnation that accompanied the rebuilding of the temples. As part of the ceremony, offerings were made, hymns sung, the creation story recited. Given the importance of the temples in microscopic universe, a symbiotic home of the gods in human scale, model of their true universal home, in the necessary rituals of sacralizing the building process and the act of gods acted when they created the world. The myth devoted itself directly into the sacred process of temple building. In buildings by depicting Anu, the sky god, and created the heavens, and Nudimu, or Ea, god of water, as the building of Apus, the abyss of primitive water, and the maker of men. With these introductions completed, the main part of the myth described the origin of several minor deities and the natural elements represented that were required in temple construction. God of carpenters, smiths. You hear this? These are American Indians, carpenters. My blood. This is my blood. I can show you these things. Carpenters, smiths, and builders, arazus, arazus, godsmiths, engravers, miners, Ninkura, grain, Lakar, offerings of wine, Sirius, and finally the god, Kusinga, the high priest of the gods. In addition, Ea made a king to maintain the temple, as Anu maintained the world. The implications throughout in the world was created so God might be properly housed and praised. So, you got to put on fine clothes to read such, eloquent commentary. When Anu had created the heavens and Nindanmut had built Apsu, his dwelling, Ea nipped off the clay in the Apsu and created the brick of God and the restoration of temples. He created the reed and the forest and the works of the buildings and temples. He created the gods, the carpenters, the god of smith, our Razul. Complete the work of buildings. He created the mountains and the seas of all kinds of them. He created the gods of goldsmith, the gods, Nina god, the god of engraver, and the god Nurukura for the world of and their great riches offerings. He created Ashnanan, Lashar, Sirius, Ningazida, Nisna, Ninsar. Shit. There we go. I'm back. There we go. To provide abundant, regular offerings, he created Un Mu Numa Tamuku. Numa Mu Tamuku to maintain the offerings. He created the god, Kasinga, and the high priest of the great gods, and the performance of rites and ceremonies. He created the kings as the maintainer of the temple, and he created the mankind of the doing of the service of the gods. Rest assured. When you understand your positioning in life, you take it seriously. You understand what it means to you and how it works in its orchestrated form. So let's get into the, that was these. Now I can get into the errors. The errors of mankind was actually arrogance. The errors of mankind has to do with ego. The errors of mankind has to do with robbing, stealing, killing, destroying, deceiving, annihilating, and pretending to be something that you are not. There is a specific order here that must and shall be maintained, regardless if you want to or not. The reason why you see the world in the shape it's in right now, because they are not the true maintainers or the custodians. See, custodialship is a very higher order of operation. It's not just gardening, it's not cleaning toilets. No, custodialship is maintaining the mentality of the world. Custodialship is maintaining the balance of how people see each other. Custodialship is also maintaining the balance in how we operate globally, even with the cosmos. That's custodialship. And when you know someone does not fit the bill, you see why the world is in the shape it's in now? Because we have an imposter running the show. You understand that? The problems that we have in the world should not be so unfixable. They have to be propagated and positioned properly in order to move in a systematic function that is with ease. The reason why we're so far behind is because man is behind the machine and not in front of the machine. When man is in front of the machine, he's directing, orchestrating, and facilitating. He's the orchestrator to make everything what? Sound, be, perform, act. The world's a stage and everybody has their part, but when you got pretenders running the show, you got catastrophes and chaos, and people love to operate in chaos because chaos has no accountability whatsoever, motherfucking ever. None. You know what chaos has? Chaos has a way of saying, fuck you. I matter, you don't. And I think that's just so dreadful. It's so, it's inhuman. You know what I'm saying? It's not gentlemanlike. It's not ladylike either. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have any pizzazz. It doesn't have any flair to it. See, when you're a pastor, something had to fuck with you. I'm sorry. So when you a pastor of a congregation, you gotta be goddamn it. You gotta have some swag in this bitch. Shit. Oh man, no, I'm just gotta have a little fun, man. This shit is crazy. But dig me and listen to me well, man. It's a new era. That's the next book moment. The new era is you get to be how you are constructed by learning who you are internally. I'm gonna tell you the built-in characteristics and mechanisms that come with that. You get accountability, you get actual, you get real results, you get real-time fucking solutions, you get real-time analytics on your own ass if you're paying attention. If you know yourself, you're looking for real-time analytics. How you function inside and out. You know when you take a shit, you know when you take a piss. Your body should be on a damn systematic structure every day if you understand how you operate. If you are afforded the opportunity, but if you are, learn some balance within your structure of how you operate, because therefore you can understand how your body operates at all fucking time. If you're not doing that, you're out of back. I mean, you are out of whack. You're out of functionality. You that's how people develop cancer. That's how you get sick. That's how you're not taking care of yourself, because you're not doing nothing ritualistically. See, motherfuckers are ritualistically go to fucking church every Sunday, right? But I tell you one thing they don't do. They don't brush their teeth every day. They don't wash their ass every day. They don't shit. They don't exfoliate. They don't exfoliate their fucking skin. They don't take time to clip their toenails or their fingernails. Just the little things that really can make you feel better. Like clipping your toenails is one thing, getting dead skin off your fucking feet. I mean, those things really change your goddamn day. See, back in the day, me and you thought that shit was tough for your feet to look like you got alligator skin and goddamn jungle rot or terror claws. No, that shit causes problems. You have clogs. You have to clean the dead uh, buildup off your feet, what's in your feet. You got to cut that dead skin off. That's a process of renewal. And I think people get so ruggedized into thinking that being dirty is something okay, or being ruggedized that no, you have being clean. This is one thing. See, you can tell motherfuckers ain't spent time in the service, because one thing about being a Marine Corps, one thing we are: fingernails clean, teeth clean, body clean, clothes clean, everything clean, drawers clean, if you wear them. But everything has to be, immaculate. Everything has to be immaculate, because you don't even want any Irish pennants or no loose, like little strings or some shit like that hanging off you, because it's a snag. And we are always thinking about in the ways of combat. So if you got a snag, that shit can snag and pull you with it. If you ain't got the strength, you shouldn't have it anyway. So, and it also leaves evidence. If you got a twig or something like that, you got an Irish pennant, and you in the forest and you got your motherfucking rifle and you trying to stay steady like this, right? And you got some shit, you got a little fucking Irish pennant or some goddamn little, if you ain't burned that shit off or leveled it out and made it smooth, and it hanging out in that snatch a cap. You see, it's a lot of shit that you guys that need to understand. The intricacies of every little itty bitty thing fucking matters. Even the slug and the motherfucking slug, you know what slugs and goddamn what you call them animals, in the woods, you don't think they serve a purpose because you don't watch enough Animal Planet. So that's good for you. But anyway, watch some Animal Planet so you see how all organisms work in this ecosystem of a world. This is all one body of a world, and I think this is what we lose sight of. We always talk about how independently we can function, but in all actuality, if there's a catastrophe, or when bombs are dropping in Russia and Ukraine for all these fucking years, that shit has a ringing. That shit comes back to us in some form. Whether they do it, of course, it's going to be weather, but it's also going to be other types of things too. So I need us to understand this planet is a celestial body. So is it celestial, God? Celestial means God body. A celestial living body with a memory that breathes and has a soul. Oh yeah, the earth has a long memory, and what you do to it, it remembers. Even from the most minute your carbon footprint fucking matters. You think that's a myth? It's not. It's true. You just got to make the connection. Let's get to the next moment. The message of the Black church is indescribable. I don't even fucking know what it is. It's just, I see follow Jesus and be a freak. Follow Jesus and, live how you want to. Just praise him and do right by people loud as much as you fucking want to, but let you know that Jesus got your back when you are in a tight. Well, I don't know what intermediary is having. That's an intermediary. It's just like Catholic people having their they priest. I just killed. So I just off such and such. I just did some violent, crazy shit to somebody, and it didn't make no sense. And God forgive me. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not trying to be offensive, but you have to really understand that whatever you do, it's all on you. Specifically, it's on your ass. It ain't nobody else. You can't. You know, a lot of us a lot of us have a lot of mishaps that happen to us in life, but it's meant to develop and grow you. That means you got something good in you that you could foster in order to change people's lives for the better. If you had it hard in life, you shouldn't make it hard for other people. You should figure out how to make a way for everyone, because you shouldn't want people to go through the things that you went through. But yet and still, some people feel that it's exactly what they want people to go through. I don't feel that way. I feel completely the opposite. But fortunately, I haven't been through a lot of things that other people have been through either. I've never been tampered with. I've, I had a good childhood. It was rough at times, but being sometimes, being a little financially challenged does show up. But I come from strong stock, strong people, and they always made sure we was okay, we was good, we was always been a strong family. So I'm very, very grateful for my upbringing. I'm very grateful for my family, both sides, mother and father. I'm so thoroughly appreciative for my family. They're not perfect, and I guess I'm just getting older enough to really realize that like no family's perfect, man. We shit, we done made it through some times. You know what I'm saying? And we really do love each other. But make no mistake, everybody need a break. And that break, and that's why you need to take a break from your family sometimes, just to understand how much you have to value you, understand how you have to renew you, understand how you might not need anybody's interpretations or unwanted advice or energy or anything. It's not to say we don't love you. It's not to say that we don't adore you. It's not to say that we dispel you. You're just out of you're just out of your realm. You're out of your space. You're out of your whole algorithm. You're out of you shouldn't be we shouldn't be communicating that way. So the thing is, it's all about development, growth, and understanding that we have to come again and see each other another day, but it's when we're better. It's when we're more palatable, more tolerable. It's when we want to tell the goddamn truth and shame the devil. I'm all about truth, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, I'm all about the truth. I'm not interested in people in their motherfucking lives. I'm not interested. I think telling the truth sets a solid foundation to stand up on, uh, move forward, and be good with how you want to live your life and make your decisions. Truthfully, life is grand. You got to live it the way you want to, but you also got to live it right. You got to be just. Let's get to the next moment. That's my message. I don't know what the fuck black church be talking about, man. Some bullshit. But anyway, okay. See, I see I see the vision of the black church, the lack of vision. Look at what Drewski did, right? Oh, this shit was just fucking classic. I loved it. Great job, Drewski. You are, man, salute you, young fella. That shit was amazing. Because I seen this damn pastor, this fool throwing pies on the goddamn wall, just acting a damn fool. He got a congregation. What the fuck are you? What are you doing, dude? Like what is your life like? You got your little shit. This shit is fucking crazy. They don't know what the fuck to do with they insane ass little newfound Christianity chronology. This shit is this shit is on life support right now. See, so you got Pan Africanism dying, Christianity dying, all this. You know why? It's time. It's time. You got to understand the actual name of the creator. You know, you look at a book. If you look into the book of the dead, it says, "I created myself out of myself, and who stood beside me knew." So we are a new people and can renew on demand. That's what we have always done. That's the spirit of the foundation of Black American, the Black American Indian, the American Indian. You know, we are the most adaptive, rejuvenatory people on the planet. So people had a problem. I said we the most, we the most, if I say it's the most eloquent, I'm gonna catch a fade with somebody. If I say we're the most fantastic, somebody gonna catch a problem with me. Damn, why can't we be special? Shit, because every time I say it, I'm gonna have a problem. Somebody gonna have a problem because everybody's great. Fuck you, man. Man, these people crazy. I can't even. It's a shame when you know An Aboriginal Black American, a Black American kid just can't even give his people a compliment and say, I love you. I'm so proud of you. I appreciate you. I love the way you stand in the gap. You know what I'm saying? I love the videos that you guys send me. I love everything about what you do too. You know what I'm saying? We do this shit together. All this is about togetherness and how we can't catch a fade, man, because everybody know what it's gonna be like if you try to come with that we'll bust your bubble. You know what it is. So I love my people. I love my community. I love the progress. I love the audacity. Shit, I love it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I'm there with you 1,000%. You know, so when it comes to this is us. This is what we love. This is what we do. This is who we are. And I hope y'all okay with that, man. I mean, you should be. So, you know, it ain't the fact that you had a lack of vision. The fact is you didn't believe in our vision. It's not the fact that you had a lack of vision. You didn't understand and believe in our vision. You didn't take time to understand and learn who we are. You took a position above us. Didn't work out so well, huh? That's not gloating. You need to realize the shit that you have done and why we are in the position that we are today. See, we ain't tripping. We right where the fuck we want to be. Right where we need to be, right how we gonna be at all motherfucking times. We ain't tripping on nothing, nobody. We ain't studying nobody. We ain't stepping on nobody. We stepping up. That's what it is. We just stepping up. Shout out to my brother Zach that's running for Congress. We stepping up. That's all it is. And y'all gotta, hey, if that's what it is, that's what it is. We know what we have to do. We understand our circumstances. If they say vote locally, we have to put us in office locally. We need more Aboriginal Black Americans to step up, male and female. I salute Jasmine Crockett. She taking everything on the chin, and she throwing back too. She can't be the only thing out here, man. I salute her. And I ain't no Democratic shield. I just salute a sister that's out here trying to, you know what I'm saying, make sure she out here, you know, being a warrior, and that's all. But I do not root for Democrats. I think they're very, and I will, yes, I do backhand the bitch out of them. Yes, I like slapping them in their face. I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy uh, for a little bit because it's necessary because they so you're a bunch of maniacs and weak uh, butt loving boys. y'all break grinding too much for anybody to want to align with y'all. Look at y'all buck breakers. Byron Donaldson. Buck breakers. Yeah, them bucks broke. Boy, y'all done been shitting on so bad by y'all beloved Tucker Carlsons of the world and all the the that you do. That's y'all moving. Yeah. Give me some dick money in my throat. Boy, that shit's sad. Y'all guys are the most disgusting, despicable kind of motherfucking people on the planet. Because y'all came from that church. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian before I'm black. Ain't that what sandwich futon sandwich Daniel said here, futon sandwich. He said, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I said, Lord. Boy, this is one I've never seen nobody so damn confident and misinformed and just so goddamn oh boy. Oh shit. It happened today though. It happened. Oh, it happened. Okay. Corey, I quit. I quit, Corey. Boy, that shit was hilarious. Oh my god. You won. I quit. I had to break it up. I'm sorry. Now, do I agree with? I'm not a comedian, so I can't say whether I agree or disagree with anybody's tactics to when you do some shit like that. But that I'm not in favor. No, absolutely not. Not in favor. Got like my instance, y'all. I'm Will this podcast brings out the best version of people. I don't. This is not the 5150. So we don't. No, we don't get on like the likes of Corey Holcomb. But I do not have. Again, in the words of Mika, I do not have anything negative to say about the 5150. I do not have anything negative to say about Corey Holcomb. As a matter of fact, I'm a fan of the Corey Holcomb show. Yeah, absolutely. They dope as shit, man. I love Craig Facts. I love his show, man. They dope. Shout out to the West Coast, man. Y'all are doing it out there, man. That's cool. I fuck with y'all. Um, all I'm saying is, I've been a fan of 5150 over a fucking decade, man. Uh, man, please. I had to talk about it because, if I had to pick a side, yeah, of course, I'm a 5150 alumni. I'll holler at y'all. But anyway, yeah, man. You know a fake when you see one. You know a phony. So when a man did all of that damn week of just talking cash, yeah. Oh my God, just talking cash shit. Seriously, cash shit. I gotta figure out what to do. I am a father, husband. I have been behaving very crusty. I'm ugly. That was not me. I have to talk to my lawyers. My family is extremely devastated. My wife and I are on the fritz. But I will defend my child. Oh my fucking God. But it's oh shit. But what happened to I would have recorded his ass. I would have whipped his ass, man. I would I would I would have recorded his ass, man. I'm me. Futon. Come on, come on. I'm tough. You're tough. Speak! Shit. Futon. I have no neck, but I'm tough. Shit. Anyway, all right. Oh, the lack of vision people have. I swear to God, the lack of vision. I'm a Christian. Damn, I have some glasses. Oh yeah. Here we go. I got some fucking glasses. I got some glasses. I'm a Christian. This motherfucker. That's oh, with no vision again. The goddamn Christian. I had to laugh. This shit was funny. Christian with no vision. Anyway, the next whip moment. See, the problem is the church has set in an extremely unnatural order, an unnatural order of operation. Unnatural order. Jesus, oh Jesus, oh how I love Hey man, I think y'all should really take a lot of time to learn, specifically learn what Jesus did. Let's start there. Just learn what Jesus did. Be a fan of what Jesus did. Consider Jesus as your mentor, like a big brother, something like that. Uh, but you can't completely associate yourself and act as Jesus is going to solve your problems. Think of him as your mythical uh, conscience, if you may. If that's what you need. Me personally, I rely on the gods, the universe, and the ancestors. Some of y'all say, that's too much. What do you mean? Fuck it. What do you mean it's too much? What do you mean? God, you know, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Daddy? You're crazy. No, I'm not crazy. What I'm talking about is if I have the ability to create, then I must have a creator. If, again, if I have the ability to create, I must have to be the ability to foster, to nurture, to assist, to build, to manifest, to assist, and to do all of this shit selflessly. That means everything that I'm doing ain't gonna benefit me at all. It's just something that I have to do because it was what I did, my decision. So putting myself in a decision to say I have to do this shit because I created it, I did it, I fostered it, I manifested it, I must take care of it as a man. You can call me God if you want to, but hey, ain't that what God do? Woo! Yeah, that's exactly what God do. Take care of his universe, home, his apparatus. But you know what? When you have children, that are adults, you expect them to do the same thing with their children so it continues the legacy. But what if people are not interested in being a part of those legacies? They want to build their own legacy. So they just want to do shit that they want to do. That's fine with me, but understand that comes with a cost if I'm your daddy, goddamn. But anyway, let's get to the next whoop moment, and it's the last whoop moment. The critical effect of all this shit, the critical effect is the loss of antiquity. If you have no interest, see, this was designed properly. When history that people identify, they can't find themselves in it. They can't find who the people that look like me, what the fuck did they do in history? Well, you know what? The Caucasians told us, well, you blacks did nothing. Absolutely nothing. You twiddled your fucking thumbs, and we just brought you out of the dirt and ashes, and we just gave you everything. That's what we did to you. We gave you every fucking thing. And you're like, oh, wait, the fuck. That's not how I remember it. What I can recall, because we have that thing called DNA, and everything that your people have been through, and everything that you have done, and if your DNA, shit, mine about 450,000 plus years old. When you talking about DNA and you got old DNA, you know those memories are encoded in your makeup. Your makeup. There's DNA, yeah, that's one, but there's RNA, the remembering gene, the remembering. So people say, well, why you got so many shows? Why you talk so much? I'm old, young and old at the same time. If I'm so old, why I got all my goddamn hair? Look nice too, don't it? Yeah. Yeah, this is my granddaddy hat. You see? Everything ain't so fucking old, is it? Not all the time. See, I'm all right. We reconnected. So let me go ahead and take some callers real quick before I get up out of here. Let me invite some people in. See what you want to talk about. So I haven't invited folks in this room. Okay, well, let me see where you at. Let me see where we at. All right. I'm gonna let some people in. Let me see. I gotta figure out how to do that shit though, y'all. I really do. All right. I gotta get better at this shit. So y'all, forgive me if shit ain't what it is. What's up? What's up, homie? What's going on with you?
Hey, call it.
What's that? Okay, yeah, he gone. Well, check it out, y'all. YouTube, we have had a great show. We're gonna get up out of here. We gotta put out the shorts. And I want you to understand and know one thing, and one thing for sure. The will is yours. So be easy, be cool, be tight, stay there. But understand one thing. The black church ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's the age of Aquarius. Pisces is over. You are your Jesus. Peace.